Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host Pubo Rama, and in today's video we'll be talking about times for money on the Acid Lab, and I'm pretty sure that it's gonna happen. The Acid Lab is one of the best businesses in Grand Theft Auto Online. It's absolutely free for any player to get their hands on simply completing the first dose missions. It does take a while. You need to do all of the Fooligans missions for Dax before you're able to upgrade it, but still, it's a very easy business to set up. The best part about the Acid Lab is that you can never be raided. This business, it's just like so nice that you don't have to worry about being raided, and it pays a lot of money. This week, for GTA Plus members, the Acid Lab is paying double on any sale mission. We can see that right here. ×2 GTA money and RP on Acid Lab sale missions. This is incredibly nice because if you have GTA Plus, you can make a boatload of money with the business. But it gets even better. You see, last week, we had ×4 money on the hangar, and for the whole month, GTA Plus had ×2 money on the hangar. The month before that, we had all ×2 on the bunker, and guess what? The last week of that month, we had ×4 money on the bunker. What does that mean? Well, if following recent events means anything, I can assume that the Acid Lab at the last week of April will be ×4 money. We can actually know that this is pretty confirmed because Rockstar has already set a limit to how much money you can also earn with the high demand bonus at a 16-player limit, which is a 40% max bonus, instead of the 20-player limit, which is a 50% bonus. Either way, this is insane, because it means that the Acid Lab will be earning $1.4 million on a public lobby sale mission. It's earning $700,000 for any GTA Plus member already, so we can see I'm in a lobby with 24 people. We are going to sell my product for $700,000. Selling this in a public lobby is going to give me a 40% bonus, because as I said, they've already set a cap. So that means realistically, we're going to be looking at around 1.1-ish, 1.2 million from the sale mission. That's a lot of extra cash, especially for what is one of the easiest businesses to use sale missions in. So this one, for example, I have to make 5 deliveries scattered around the map. I have to go to drop off A, B, C, D, and E. We can see they are all the way in the city. Now, some basic tips I can give. First of all, when it comes to your Acid Lab, always sell in SecuroServe, especially if you're going to do it in a public lobby. The reason why is because you can instantly go into Ghost Organization. We can see in the SecuroServe tab, I have abilities, and then in abilities, I can do Ghost Organization. This is obviously really nice because it means if anybody tries to come after me, I can instantly go off the radar, nobody can see me, and it hides you and your product for 3 minutes. Which is absolutely fantastic. Now, for people wondering, because I always get this question in the comments, the reason it's free for me to activate Ghost Organization is because I have GTA Plus. Now, if you don't have an Acid Lab set up, it's very easy to do. You need to simply make your way over to the Freak Shop, and then you have, well, actually, no, you have to first of all head over to Ron, which is going to be located right over here on the map. After making your way over to Ron, I think it's actually at this specific location, but after making your way to the golden R on the map, you're going to be able to do the Welcome to the Troop mission, and then the Freak Shop's going to be unlocked for you. The Freak Shop is going to be located right where my personal car is. It's that building there, and that's where you're going to be able to continue all of your first dose missions. After you complete the first dose missions, you're going to get the Acid Lab for free. Then you're going to have to call Dax on the phone 10 separate times and request work. Those are called Fooligans missions. Completing those 10 Fooligans missions will give you the ability to purchase the equipment upgrade, which I think is $750,000. So that's it. In total, it's $750K, and you're going to have your hands on a fully upgraded Acid Lab, which is obviously really, really nice. After that, you don't really need to do much else. It's that simple. Now, I usually like to run around with sticky bombs with my character just in case somebody tries to mess with me, but as we can see, so far, it doesn't look like that's really any problem we're going to be running into. So I'm going to try and make my way to these 5 different drop-offs and make this a $1 million payout. But that means if Rockstar is giving us ×4 money on the Acid Lab at the end of this month, which I can quite easily confirm, that means you'll be making $2 million with a public lobby sale mission. And selling this business in a public lobby is pretty easy to do. Because as I said, it's a single vehicle sale mission. Any single vehicle sale mission I always recommend to do in public lobbies. A, because it's good practice, but it's also just very easy to do. You don't really have much to worry about. As I said, if somebody comes near me and I'm worried about them, I'll simply go into a new session, or I'll go into Ghost Organization, and then nobody's going to really be a problem. So, is this the, oh, stash the troop thing. Okay, I gotta look for unmarked police cruisers, although it doesn't look like there's any at this destination. So let's do a quick drop-off. Not really sure what that player's doing there. I think they're trying to figure out how to upgrade their Toreador, but it's not really going too well for them. So we can see here we got some unmarked police cruisers. So because of that, we're going to park off to the side here. You have to be very, very smart on how you do your stashing. And the reason why is because if you stash it in front of the cops, you will get cops. We can see if I turn the corner here, there's going to be an unmarked police car. See that right there? That's an unmarked police vehicle. So be smart about how you stash your acid, because obviously you don't want the cops after you. As we can see, this location as well has unmarked police cruisers, so we want to choose a spot where they probably won't end up seeing us. I think this here is the best location because nobody should see us over here. So we plant the acid once again, and as we can see, no cops are on me. So once again, pretty easy stuff. There's usually going to be 2 spawns in total that give you cops. Apart from that, you should be completely fine. All right, and we are at the final drop-off. So let's just place this product right here, and we should be completely done. I don't think there's any cop cars here, so shouldn't have to worry about that. Now we probably just have to leave the area, and we will be all done. Let me just drive it down the train tracks. This is a pretty easy way to leave that area. There you go, $985,000. That's a lot of money for a very, very easy sale mission. And, I mean, it's just crazy how much money you can make with the Acid Lab. Some other very important tricks when it comes to the Acid Lab. First of all, simply changing the product name will allow you to increase its value. If we go over to Service Vehicles, we click on Acid Lab, and you will see one of them called Product Name. As you can see, we have a bunch of different names for my product. If you read what they say, choose a new name for your acid product to increase its sale value. So change it from whatever the base name is to whatever you like. It'll cost $5,000, but once you do this, it is guaranteed that you'll make, I think it's like 5% more on all of your sale missions. So definitely change your Acid Lab product name. This is something that's going to give you a boatload of extra money. When it comes to resupplying your Acid Lab, there are 2 different ways to do it. The first way is go onto your phone, call Mutt, and you can resupply it wherever you are on the map. This is incredibly useful, and it means that you don't actually have to physically enter your Acid Lab to resupply it. The second thing is that you can boost your Acid Lab's production rate once every 24 hours. As you can see at the top of the screen, Acid Lab production boost is only available once per day. So if you walk up to these little vials and dials here, and you activate this, for 48 minutes, your Acid Lab production will be boosted by 2. So that means you'll get double the product in, the same amount of time, which is great. And it's a very, very easy way to use the Acid Lab. The final tip that I can give you when using the Acid Lab is where you decide to do the sale mission. For example, you noticed that I started my Acid Lab sale mission in the city, and I was somewhere like right around here. And while that was, a decent location, it ended up that I had to do a sale mission which was all the way off in Sandy Shores. My recommendation when doing an Acid Lab sale mission is call your Acid Lab in somewhere like right around the center of the map. And that way, if you get a mission that's in Sandy Shores, it's a very easy drive, and if you get a mission that's in the city, either way, it's super easy to get to. That is going to be the easiest way to do the sale mission for the Acid Lab. That way, if you started in one side of the map, you don't have to drive all the way over to the other, allowing players to see you and, possibly strategize whether they want to destroy you or not. Obviously, selling in a public lobby is entirely up to you, but I would recommend to do so because it pays so much money. At the end of the day, if you watched today's video and you're like, well, why the heck would I care about this anyway? I don't have ×2 money or ×4 on the Acid Lab. Well, don't worry. The last the last week of April, you're going to be getting ×2 money if you're a normal player. And you're going to have ×4 money if you're a GTA Plus member. Which means that if you don't already have an Acid Lab, take advantage of the upcoming bonus. get your hands on it, because I can guarantee that Rockstar is going to be giving us some bonuses later down the line. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. See you all in the next one. Bye-bye.